What's up? How you doing? How's your mom? Doing good? Having a lot of information coming in, maybe from your mom, from older generations. Been talking to them a lot about being out in the cold, maybe older ancestors, things like that, and not having money, not being able to do the things they wanted to do, being cut off from maybe being cut off from their father or something. Maybe they were like told lies about their father or something, and they put their father under judgment for things they didn't know about, that were told lies to them, and so it made them judge their father a certain way in a certain light, which would have been untrue. And maybe they have regrets about this now. Maybe a son, or maybe a son sees why maybe the father was a certain way. Maybe there was multiple women attacking them or saying things about him. Or, could look at it as, they were sticking up for him. Standing in their place, kind of. Or maybe they kept him in the background, and maybe they have regrets about that. Keeping him away from people that wanted to meet him. Maybe there's multiple people that want to meet you, and or have regrets maybe about past, or maybe something they done or something like that, or just not being in your life, having other options possibly. So maybe they see you as an option. Maybe multiple people see you as an option for them, and they regret maybe not choosing you when you were maybe the only option that they really had, or the only option they should have been choosing. But maybe someone's in regret for maybe choosing to come towards you, or you try to use somebody to get gifts in a home. Maybe they were trying to just use somebody to get their way forward or get their way, and maybe they're in regret about that now. And maybe they were trying to do anything to get a victory, or even just get married or something. So maybe they married someone just to get like a home and like gifts, Now they feel like they're cut off from people. Maybe they're cut off from their friends. Maybe they're cut off from these gifts that they were wanting. Maybe that's why they're in regret. Maybe they rushed in to marry someone or to have this victory, and in doing so, instead of getting what they wanted, they got the opposite. But it looks like they pretty much got what they want, pretty much. Looks like this queen that's cut off from someone, maybe they married someone without their knowledge and used someone else to take their place to make it look like they were there, and then cover it up because they were wanting these gifts in this house, or this stature, but they didn't want this person to know, so they used someone else to stand in their place while this other person was unaware possibly this could have been going on for years, that this person has been like more or less like either acting as you or acting as married to you, and possibly even has home and gets mail and meets people and uses them and uses your name as theirs and all kinds of things. But this person's in regret about this, even though their life seems to be pretty good, pretty much. They still feel they still feel left out from your love and your guidance and your true gift, which is your love and just like your being, you know what I mean? Like your luck, like you bring victory to people around you. You bring things, you block things that are, no good for people, or you block bad things out so people could have a decent life, and without you being there, this person feels like they feel lost, they feel empty. So they're missing the only thing that they really needed, because all this other stuff was going to come either way, just being attached to you. But without you actually being there in this person's life is making it like null and void, like where it's useless, it has no meaning, and this person has no love. You know what I mean? They have no love in their life because they left you out of it, which was their love. You are their lover, their sunshine, their heart. You're the one that gives them these gifts and brought them this victory, and possibly his home and everything else. And them being cut off from you has actually cut them off from the only thing they actually truly wanted, which was your love. And so now they sit and try to paint you as something else, or paint you in a bad light, just to make it just to make them feel better, or make other people look at them better, like for you not being there, so that they feel better that why you're not there, you know what I mean? But it's all a mirage, and they're literally just sitting there like by themselves, like in agony, because you're not there, you're not giving them your love, your energy's not with them, and your magic, you're the actual magician, and it's your magic that brings the ten of cups, that fulfills their wishes. You're the only thing that makes them happy, and it's the only thing that they don't have. And it's a new beginning with you. They don't have a beginning with you. They have everything else, but they do not have this beginning with you, and they can't even make it up. And they're out in the cold from this. I mean, really, they can't make it up. And they can't even get help for it. You know what I mean? Like, no one can even help them for this. Like, they're like, well, we don't know what to do, because you have no beginning. So you have to have a beginning with this person, or with me, whatever, to have this Ten of Cups, which is what? A family, a fertility. You want a true family, a strong root, you know what I mean, with a lot of communication and a lot of tradition, and where you feel justified in like telling the truth and telling, like everything that was going on, and trying not to keep nothing hidden, so that you will, never feel left behind or betrayed in any way, and there won't be no kind of temptation to come out of the group or out of the relationship, and no one will feel stuck in spirituality, in jail, in any of this way, and it'll make you feel like kind of like a little girl, like you'll like be giddy, kind of like you kind of get your way, you know what I mean? Like no matter what you do, like this is a true good story, and now you're under judgment for what? Taking this fortune, taking this taken this life without the beginning, without me. Like, you took my whole life and made it yours, but the beginning is mine. Like, I am the beginning, I am the original, and like, you did all this without me, and you did it. You thought it was going to make you feel better and leave me out and and then turn out you're the one that's sitting there in regret with no one there, with no, you know, even if you have a ton of relationships and stuff, you still feel, you know, like there's nothing there, and they're baseless relationships and mean nothing. So, you know, you can't do nothing but lose on that, and you have to change, you have to transform, you know. Even at night, you know, it seems like you pray, or you dream, you still dream about this Ten of Pentacles with me. You know, you still want this beginning. You want to change. You want to transform, like whatever. And it's like keeping you up at night. Like, literally, you want to come towards me. You dream about this. You think about it all the time, but you have little movement because maybe you have a younger person that's keeping you tied down. You know, where you're not able to move. You know, or you're not able to move forward. You know, you're kind of like trying to balance maybe a child or something new in your life that that's got you in your head, and you can't move on from. You can't move on, like you're trying to move on to calmer waters, but you can't move on to it because you got this little thing that's got you stuck and off balance, and it's taking all your power from you, you know, and it's keeping you blind to what you actually have, and turning your back from what you truly already have, what you've grown with, what you grew up with, what you know you've already achieved. You're turning your back on, and it's slowing you down. It's slowing your money down. It's slowing maybe your fan base down. It's slowing everything down. And it's because you're wanting to have all control. You want to take everybody out and just be the only one. So, you know, in that sense, you're kind of like throwing little tantrums and stuff, and like, you know, causing drama with other people. And maybe this King of Pentacles, somebody higher up, so whatever scene, you know, is watching, and they're balanced in what they're doing, and maybe they seen what you did at night, or they see what you're trying to hide, and they can see that, and they can transform and transmute that energy. They can, you know, they can help transform you, you know, and see what you're trying to hide, maybe you're trying to transform. You're trying to hide that you've changed, that you're not like the same person, you know, as you used to be. And maybe this Queen of Cups sees that also, and they want to come meet you. Or maybe this Queen of Cups has transformed. Maybe they've changed, where they, you know, maybe they used to be where they hid from you, or they just felt like they didn't match up to you. And maybe now they feel balanced, or they see that they feel balanced in maybe being with you, meeting you, and this person wants to. So I say do it. Go meet this person. Peace.